So I'm Chris Boxall, one of the co-founders of Fundamental Asset Management, and I'm talking today about what I think is really a watershed moment for AIM. And this is this week's acquisition of SDL by RWS Holdings. RWS Holdings is one of our longest holding AIM stocks, and we're very much AIM specialists. So we follow the evolution of AIM over the last 17 years with great interest. And we've been long-term holders in RWS for about 14 years, so it's quite a long time. And this acquisition, as I say, is really, in our opinion, a real watershed moment for AIM. You've got an AIM company acquiring quite a substantial, large main market business for circa £700 million. So SDL Group's on the sort of cusp, not far off the FTSE 250 index. This is a big moment for AIM. You've got to think, when we started looking at RWS, it joined AIM in 2003. It only had a market capitalisation of £45 million. Share price equivalent, I think, was about 23p. Fast forward, the share price is now risen over 2,700%. Its business has evolved considerably, and it's making this sizable all-share deal. And we can't remember an AIM company acquiring such a large main market stock. It's rare for any AIM company to acquire a main market business. And not only that, what's really key here is the AIM company is staying on AIM. So the combined group is remaining on AIM. And there's a clear incentive here for them to remain, because the largest shareholder in RWS is the chairman, Andrew Brody. And Mr. Brody owns 32% currently of RWS, and clearly may probably have an eye on the inheritance tax planning benefits as well. Clearly, that very large stake, 32% of a circa 8 billion pound company, is currently outside his estate. So combining with SDL is going to be, to his gain to remain on AIM, and that's really what's been ever present with RWS. Mr. Brody engineered the deal back in 2003 when he, I think, held about circa 70% of RWS, the business that it reversed into. It was actually reversed into a cash shell, and Mr. Brody's been ever present. And RWS grew largely organically until about 2015, when it started making numerous acquisitions, initially quite small, and they got bigger. And then we had the very large one, $300 million plus acquisition of Moravia, which is involved in localization services a year or so ago. And now we've got this circa 700 million acquisition of SDL Group, which is going to create the world's largest patent and IP translation and localization business. And it's really a combination of RWS skills and SDL's more technology-based skills in language translation. And we think it could be a really powerful combination. But the key thing here, and the real difference between many highly acquisitive companies, is Mr. Brody. To our knowledge, he hasn't even sold a single share since this company listed, and that you don't see very often. Founders retaining all of their stake, and that's why he's got 30% of a very large company. So Mr. Brody, ever present, is really reassuring to us. We can't imagine he would have considered this deal without thinking it through very carefully, with so much of your personal wealth tied up in it. This is very unlike other acquisitions where management go off and raise heaps of money, rarely participating in the deal, which we think shocking, and investors should really impose greater controls over that. But Mr. Brody has been ever present, and as I say, we think that's reassuring indeed. If you want a fuller review of the history of this business, we're posting something up on our blog, so look at that. But a fascinating deal, and as I say, a watershed moment for AIM. Thanks very much.